Hey everybody, and welcome to the D&D podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about one of my personal favorite classes, the Monk. Now, a lot of people hear the term monk, and they immediately think, real-world monk, religious recluse, probably head shaved bald, they don't go out much, more like a hermit. A D&D monk, it's not quite like that, because when I first thought of monk, I thought, how could they make this a class? I can't see how this would be useful. Then I actually looked at what it is, and wow, it is amazing. So, what a monk is known for is the ability to punch. Their fists do so much damage, and they are so powerful. I believe a normal punch is 1 point of damage on a hit, plus your strength modifier. A monk starts out with a punch of 1d4 damage, plus your strength modifier, which I love. Not only that, but they get unarmored defense, which I believe, I know there's more than one type of unarmored defense, but for them, it's 10 plus their dex, plus their wisdom modifier, which is what they should be proficient in anyway, because for a monk, strength can practically be a dumb stat, because you're not really trying to use strength, you're trying to use your dexterity. And at some point, I think that you do get an ability where at some point you just no longer use your strength modifier and you substitute it for dex. I think that's only for saving throws, but still, that is very cool. The monistic traditions could be a video of their own. Honestly, pretty much every subclass could have a video of their own, and I may end up doing that. But right now we're just going to talk about the base monk with the unarmored defense. Then they get martial arts, which are pretty cool. But then the big thing, ki. You get ki points, which can be used to use your abilities, almost like how you have spell slots, or to use spells. And, when you take a long rest, you regain your spell slots. When you take a long rest, you regain your ki points. Now, what these ki points can do are amazing. Especially what at least everyone I've known, uses it exclusively for, Fury of Blows. You also get, I believe, Patient Defense and Step of the Wind. I have never seen anyone use Patient Defense, but I have seen people use Step of the Wind on the occasion that they're trying to run away from something, get to something very quickly. But besides that, I've never seen Step of the Wind used, like in combat. Fury of Blows, though, I've practically seen exclusively that. And that's what Fury of Blows does. Immediately after you attack, you can spend a ki point to make 2 unarmed strikes. So, in normal turns, 1 ki point, you punch twice, as a bonus action, which is really cool. And you can usually just... I like to have my players I know probably no one does this, and it's just me, but I let my players use Fury of Blows as much as they can. Like, I don't say it's a bonus action, I say it's a free action. I'm sure literally no one else does that. But with the stuff I throw at my players, I think it's only fair. Anyway. But besides that, they also get an ability called Deflect Missiles, which you spend a ki point, you make a check. Or no, you don't make a check. Do you make a check? No, you don't. Basically, if there's a projectile coming at you, you spend a ki point, you roll 1d10, then it's plus your dex modifier, and I think it's also plus your monk level. And if you're able to reduce in whatever amount of damage that would have inflicted you, you reduce it by that amount. And if you reduce it to 0 or below, you actually catch it, which I just love the image of, say, an archer on a tower staring down a monk, the monk staring down the archer shoots at the monk just catches it, this arrow, absolutely no problem. But then you get into the higher levels of monk. One more thing I want to mention about early levels of monk, you get unarmored movement. When you have no armor on, you get a higher speed. So basically you can move further a lot faster, and this gradually goes up as you level up. When you get to level 2, you have 10 extra feet. Then level 6, you get 15. Level 10, you get 20 extra feet of movement. And it doesn't compound, it's just like 20 extra overall, compared to what it would have been. At level either 18 or 19, it's plus 30 feet, which is usually double what you start unless you're playing as a dwarf or something like that. As you get into higher levels of monk, you get Purity of Body, Diamond Soul, and Timeless Body. You also get Empty Body and Perfect Self. What these abilities end up doing are... they're very interesting. Because, for example, Diamond Soul, all of a sudden, your Mastery of Ki grants you proficiency in all saving throws. And, I forgot about Tongue of the Sun and Moon, where you can just understand all spoken languages. And any creature that you speak to knows what you say. And those two abilities alone make a lot of stuff irrelevant when it comes to race and background and stuff like that. Also Purity of Body. You are now just immune to disease and poison. And then Timeless Body. You just don't age, and you don't need food and water anymore to live. It is extremely overpowered at higher levels. Just from like the standpoint of you're just not gonna die, which I love. Not only that, but when you get to those higher levels, your punches are doing 1d10 damage each when you get to level 17. And you are extremely powerful by this point, especially if you have any magical enhancements and improvements. Oh yeah, speaking of magical, I'm not exactly sure at what level, but your fists at some point just become magic, which is just, it's amazing and overpowered at the same time. I absolutely love this class. I love playing as it, I love playing with, like alongside of, I love DMing monks. They are very fun to play with, they're very fun to play against. Even like when you're disagreeing with the party or even something like that. And they're especially fun to DM. One more thing I should probably mention is their ability to slow fall. Yeah, they basically get to cast slow fall with a key point. Or do they even need a key point? I don't remember. But basically, you can't just throw them off a cliff and they'll die. I mean, I guess if you just threw them off the world, they would, but anyway. It's just really cool how much they can do and how overpowered they can be, especially in the right setting. They can just steal the whole show. For example, if you've seen my video about the monk that one-shot Cthulhu, they're one of my favorite classes to play as, and I highly recommend this class. It's really good at lower levels, it's really good at higher levels. It scales fairly well because you start pretty overpowered and then you just become more and more overpowered consistently. So yeah, I personally love this class. I think it's very solid, if not a little too overpowered, but that's my opinion of the monk class. I hope you guys like this video. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything I can be doing differently. I hope you all have a good day. Until next time, roll well.